All right, let me tell you the story of how my wife met my mother. So apparently, news to me from my doctors at the time, when I was in the ER, younger men, when you are getting intimate with women, um, you can get like splitting skull, feeling like it's ripping in half migraines.
When you
From the act,
from getting into the business,
from getting into the business, from that conclusion of the act.
oh, we're talking about
Okay.
yeah,
That's a boner.
the pepper. Hold on,
Okay.
let me give you the horns for that.
No. Yeah, the
that
horns.
skeet
Yeah.
skeet.
Yeah.
Okay. You could get migraines from the skeet.
Dude, I had to be put on Dilaudid.
Okay. I know what that is. That's almost as strong as morphine.
Yes. Now I'm telling you, like, and this didn't happen just one time. Okay, this happened like multiple times in my mid-20s, right? And to the point where like we get done, I like try to bear through it, put my clothes back on and all that, just start trying to bear through it. And then the next thing, my wife knows, I'm sitting in a cold shower, fully clothed with water running over my head to try to get the feeling to stop. Of like literally, my head still felt like it was cracking in two. The first time my wife met my mom was when I was sitting in the ER because I had an intimate related migraine from completion.
Okay,
apparently I was more lonely than I thought I was in my early 20s.
But
that never happened.
What I'm getting at, right, is like I'm sitting here, I'm freaking out about this. I'm like, are you sitting here telling me that I'm not going to have this kind of fun again without this kind of pain? But the doc goes, no, that's not what I'm telling you. You'll be fine after a little while. We're going to prescribe you some migraine medicine, but this is normal. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I would not have known any of that.
How is this normal? And how have I never heard this before?
Experienced it, right?
Yes. And guess what? It's something that if and or when I have a son, I'm going to be like, hey, dude.
Yeah, this shit.
My bad, son. This is what you got to deal with, bro.
Yeah, this is what I went through.
Right.
You know, growing up, and you know, here's how you combat that.
Right. But guess what? We don't talk about that stuff. How many of y'all's dads sat here and was like, "Hey, outside of the sex talk, right? Had if you had that,
right? I learned that in school. My dad signed a permission slip.
But how many of your dads or your grandfathers or father figures sat here and had these conversations of some of the things beyond puberty that your body might be going through?
Yeah, that is definitely a taboo thing there. I am at a loss for words. Yeah. Man.
That's a good one.
Why? My question is why? And can we four sit here and commit to break that chain?
I mean, I've never had. If we're talking about that issue, I'm not.
No. I'm saying in general,
right? In like as far as our health and how it relates to them. Oh,
or things that they could potentially go through.
Yeah, or just being aware of what can happen.
Right. It's more so, again, parents, we're teachers, we're doctors, we're philosophers. We're all of this as a parent, right? So part of our job is to prepare our sons and daughters for the future. And part of that future is knowing what they're going to go through. And their health is part of that.
And I think, you know what, that's I lied to. I believe that's just talking to my wife because my wife has PCOS. So she has to talk to our daughter about that because she could get that because it's genetic. Or don't quote me on that. I don't know, but she has a history of PCOS. So I think that's more. I think I would hear that conversation more when it comes to women versus men, because most men are like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't really talking about my weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about our kryptonite.
Right.
Hey,
go ahead, Sensei.
Hey, it's not funny. I watched this reminds me of a show I watched. It was called Masters of the Air. If you get it, check it out on Apple TV. Masters of the Air was part of World War II. It was about the 100.